We welcome you to Saturday night in College Station, all part of the SEC on ESPN. The Texas A&M Aggies back in the top 25 return home to Kyle Field, where there is an awesome atmosphere at the home of the 12th man. Texas A&M taking on the Bowling Green Falcons out of the MAC. Hi everyone, alongside Rocky Boyman, I'm Jay Alter. We'll be joined by Ashley Stroline down on the sideline in just a moment. Boy, the feel-good factor is back for Texas A&M. Back in the top 25. They get a road win for the first time in nearly 3 years last week.
Yeah, hard to believe. First road win in 10 tries, but they did it the Mike Elko way, right? Played great defense, ran the ball for over 300 yards, and they got a little spark from a redshirt freshman quarterback that they like a lot around here.
Yeah, Marcel Reed making his first collegiate start, and it feels like he has the it factor. And, well, it'll be the Marcel Reed show again tonight because Connor Wigman, who started the year at quarterback for Texas A&M, he's not dressed. So it is all Marcel Reed, and A&M fans will like that.
Yeah, Marcel Reed, he's labeled a dual-threat quarterback, and when you hear that, everyone thinks, oh, he just runs around a lot, right? No. Last week, I thought he was fantastic from the pocket. Here's an early touchdown pass. That was an absolute beauty, but you see the athleticism, rolling to his left, away from his throwing arm, accurate, rolling to his right. He completed a lot of great passes last week that really led that offense, but he can do this in crunch time. Big time, they needed a big play. He scampers forward for a big run that really set the tone.
And for Reed in this offense, it all starts with those 5 players up front, Ashley.
Yeah, Jay and Rocky, head coach Mike Elko is challenging the offensive line to become the identity of this team and really set the tone with physicality, effort, and strain. Trey Zoon, who just earned SEC Offensive Lineman of the Week honors, told me that this is a process that started in January when the O-line made the decision to change the narrative about not being adequate and instead become the leaders of this team. I asked Trey to describe who the O-line is right now. He said, we're nasty, physical, and determined.
Connor Bazelak and the Bowling Green Falcons have a tall test tonight here in College Station, Rocky.
They absolutely do. Connor Bazelak, though, he has experience in the SEC, 3 years at Missouri, had a stop at IU, and now 2 years at Bowling Green, 6 years of college football experience. He's going to lean on that here tonight.
Mike Elko in his first season as the head coach here at Texas A&M. Spent 5 years as a defensive coordinator earlier in his career at Bowling Green. And it's the Falcons who kick it away. We are underway. Texas A&M and this high-powered offense that put on quite the show at the Swamp a week ago against Florida. The headline, Marcel Reed, we were just talking about him, Rocky. A year ago this time, he was 4th on the depth chart, scout team quarterback. Accepted his role, put in the time, and here he is starting at Kyle Field for the first time for the Aggies.
You and I have been around this program a couple of days. You just get the feeling that not just the fan base, but the entire team have really bought into Marcel Reed.
Named SEC Freshman of the Week. He has won over this fan base for sure. Le'Veon Moss in the backfield beside him. Reed set to throw on first down. Pass is caught. Jabari Barber, the senior from Dothan, Alabama, on the reception, gain of 3.
Love it. Start your redshirt freshman quarterback off with a nice, easy completion. Get him into the flow of the game.
Le'Veon Moss, his first carry, bottled up by this Bowling Green front. That'll be the key for this Falcons defense. Stop the run, which has been tough to do. Back-to-back 300-yard rushing games for Texas A&M.
Yeah, and we'll get into this Texas A&M offensive line. They got dudes across the board, guys that are big, physical, like to maul you out there. It's going to be tough for this Bowling Green defensive front to hold up.
3rd and 4 for Marcel Reed in the A&M offense.
Bowling Green, you want to keep Marcel Reed in the pocket here with your rush.
Pressure comes, Reed steps up, finds the open man. It's Barber again for an Aggies first down to keep the drive alive.
It looked like Bowling Green went with a spy. They were concerned about Reed taking off, but instead he just looks off one receiver, finds the out route to Barber. First down. And that's what quarterback play is all about, Jay. It's about moving the chains, getting your offense into positive plays over and over again.
High snap into the belly of Moss. Trying to push that pile. He is a hard runner, tough to bring down. Takes that for 3.
Yeah, I think he can be a top SEC running back. You know, he's big, thick legs, as you can see there. He really gets down low and runs behind those pads. It's tough to get a big shot on him, and those legs keep churning.
Bowling Green defensively returns their front 3, so a veteran group that has the test of their life tonight here against Texas A&M. Movement before the snap. This will go against the Aggies.
False start, number 60 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And I think you're going to see a lot of that here tonight. Bowling Green has got to change up this front, give a young quarterback a bunch of looks. They're going to stem it out of one thing and into another. The offensive line's got to stay put. Look at this front here. Guys crowding the line, moving over in gaps, try to keep them guessing.
5 on the line for Bowling Green. Here's Reed. Couldn't quite break free. We saw he's got that special it factor when it comes to running the ball, especially when the play breaks down, Rocky. He can get off schedule and turn a negative into a positive.
And I'll tell you, Jay, as a former defensive player, there's nothing more frustrating. He got the perfect call. Everyone's in the right spot, but an athletic quarterback just makes a huge play. That's what makes Reed so dangerous.
Big 3rd down test here for Mike Elko's offense. 3rd and 8.
Wonder if they'll spy him again like they did last time. See the linebacker in the gap.
Pressure comes. Reed steps up. Great protection. Delivers it right on the money. Trey Watson, the tight end. 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this opening drive.
And Reed continues to be fantastic on the money down. That's 3rd and long. Look, they bring some pressure. Great job of the pickup by Daniels, and throws the ball right in the middle of 3 defenders perfectly.
Into Bowling Green territory. Reed letting it rip. That sails out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Barber again. Already 2 receptions on this opening drive. He only had 2 catches coming into this game through 3.
And I think the juices got to Marcel Reed on that one. He had a wide open receiver on that rail down the sideline. Got a little excited. See if he can get recomposed here.
They go to the ground game. Amari Daniels first carry, and he's swallowed up. Joseph Sipp Jr., the leading tackler for Bowling Green there. He's got a nose for the football.
He really does. Great MAC linebacker. And so far, Bowling Green doing a great job stopping the run. And I think that's the key if you're Bowling Green. Stop the run. Make Marcel Reed win this game with his arm. But the thing about it too, though, Jay, is this big offensive line, they're going to lean on this front all game long. Can they hold up?
Reed was so good a week ago against Florida on 3rd down. He's 2 for 2 to start this game. Can he make it 3 for 3? Reed steps up, going to try and tuck and run, and he stumbled short of that 1st down marker. He had the room, just lost his footing, only got 6. So a 4th and 2 upcoming, Rocky.
Yeah, just happened to trip up there. Looks like there's no hesitation here. They're going to go for this thing. And this is where if you're Texas A&M and you like your offensive line and you think there's some bullies up there, you get behind them and you run this ball right down their throat.
And it's Le'Veon Moss in the backfield. 4th and a long one. 10th play of the drive. Reed keeps it. Perfectly placed. 1st down, Texas A&M. The freshman Terry Bussey got free.
Big time play call there. How about that for confidence in your redshirt freshman quarterback to go to the air on 4th down? Bowling Green loaded the box up. Nice job riding that fake down inside and getting the ball quickly out to your playmaker. Great job. And the comfort of this young quarterback is exceptional.
Pressure coming, evades it, throws to the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Texas A&M. Thor Mellon Orstrom, the big tight end, opens the scoring. What a throw, what a drive for Marcel Reed in this A&M offense. And it's the Swedish sensation. They call him Thor.
And Jay, this is a big-time throw by the youngster here. Drops back, play action, and has the ball, put the ball in a perfect spot for his tight end. He comes up with that wow. Texas A&M rolling here early.
That is a statement opening drive for Marcel Reed in this A&M offense. They go 75 yards in 11 plays, Rocky. And boy, the redshirt freshman continues to look great.
Jay, you mentioned in the open, it factor, right? And what is it? Well, it's that thing you can't really put your finger on, but you know when you see it. Marcel Reed has that thing. He has his team playing very well right now.
Made some big throws on third downs to keep the drive alive, and then an impressive opening touchdown to cap it off. We get our first look at the Bowling Green offense. Connor Bazelak, a player that knows the SEC very well, won SEC Freshman of the Year for Mizzou in 2020. This is an offense that'll come in with confidence. They put up 27 at Penn State 2 weeks ago.
And I thought it was one of the best games Connor Bazelak's ever played. He was accurate, made a bunch of big plays. This is a really explosive offense here for Bowling Green.
Bazelak off his back foot, a design screen to Jamal Johnson. Couldn't quite turn the corner there. Shoved out of bounds after a gain of 6.
And remember, Bowling Green has had a couple weeks. They had a bye last week, so you're going to see some, different things that they've added to that playbook out there, and they got the man that can lead it. Scott Leffler, one of the best coaches in the country. That man knows some offense.
Bazelak under center, 2nd and 4. Terrion Stewart gets the carry, stumbles forward through the defensive line. That's a first down for Bowling Green. Good to see Stewart back. He missed the game against Penn State. If they have them, and they have him, they could have won that game. They hung in there until the 4th quarter. Monster opening game, 161 yards, 3 touchdowns.
These A&M coaching staff has a lot of respect for Terrion Stewart, as they described to us yesterday. He's a big-time back.
Bazelak, quick trigger, out to the flat. Jamal Johnson again, his 2nd reception. That goes for 9.
And you can see the MO out of this Bowling Green offense early, Jay. It is, we got to get the ball out of our hands, right? We cannot allow our quarterback to camp back there, because this defensive front for Texas A&M is lethal. It's one of the best in college football. Bowling Green knows that, so Connor's got to get that ball out of his hand, and it's the protection plan. What is their plan for protection? That's going to be key tonight.
2nd and 1, back to Stewart, makes a cut. Some room to run, bulldozes. A Texas A&M safety, Marcus Ratcliffe. Big run of 13. Terrion Stewart. There's an injured Bowling Green lineman. Take another look at this run.
Great job. Get the tight end kicking the blitzer out. Great job by Stewart.
The Bowling Green offensive lineman down. We'll step aside. The Falcons driving. Texas A&M an early 7-0 lead. Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you. Look at Scott Loeffler and all his experience. One of the great offensive minds, Rocky, and he's got some weapons to play with. This is a Bowling Green offense that'll feel like they can compete with Texas A&M tonight.
There's no doubt about it. We've already seen Terrion Stewart, but that man right there, Harold Fannin Jr., the top production tight end in the country right now with 204 yards. They got to get him the football.
He's yet to touch it. Pitch right, Stewart bottled up in the backfield. Might have fallen forward for no gain. Scooby Williams shot in there to make the tackle.
Great job by Scooby Williams. I think as I look at this defense, Jay, I think they need to get more production out of their linebackers as those guys are getting accustomed to this program and this scheme that Mike Elko has. But they got to remember where number 0 is at all times. He'll line up at some unique places. They got to find him.
No doubt he was on the top of Texas A&M scouting report. They put Fannin in motion to the right side. Bazelak looks that way, then checks down over the middle. It's caught. There's a flag thrown. Levi Gazarek on the reception as we get the call.
Holding on the offense, number 55. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
That negates the gain of 8.
Yeah, right guard just kind of hooked him as they went on that line stunt. And Nick Swarton, that's one of the best defensive ends in the SEC. He is an absolute monster, 6'4", 285, coming at you.
Yeah, Scorton, number 11 in maroon at the bottom of the A&M line. Led the Big Ten in sacks with 10 a year ago for Purdue. He's made an instant impact here at Kyle Field. Bazelak sails that one over the head of Jamal Johnson, brings up 3rd and 21.
And that's the hard part because Bazelak knows he's got to get that ball out of his hands because that rush is coming. It can sometimes force you to let one fling a little bit. Got a little high on that. But here we go, 3rd down and 21. I imagine this front is going to pin their ears back and come at Connor Bazelak. Expect that running back to chip and try to give him some protection.
6 on the line for the Aggies. Bowling Green decides to run it. And even though you're in Texas A&M territory, you don't really have a chance on this 4th down, so you probably have to play the field position game and punt it away.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Got to punt that ball away. Got behind the sticks with the penalty. That's what really hurt them. Had a pretty nice drive going until then, moving the ball down the field.
John Henderson out to punt it away. Terry Bussey, the talented freshman return man. Henderson looking for some hang time here and to pin the Aggies deep in their own territory. Out of bounds inside the 20. That's where Texas A&M and Mike Elko's offense will take over. Well, after making his first career start at the Swamp, getting the win against Florida, Marcel Reed has picked up where he's left off.
And he's been great in the big downs. There's a 3rd down conversion, another 3rd down conversion. Then they give him a 4th down, freshman to freshman connection, hitting Bussey, and then the touchdown. Perfect ball placement and a great catch, and you can see why this fan base and this team is really rallying behind Marcel Reed.
An impressive opening drive. He'll start this one from his own 10-yard line. Le'Veon Moss spins out of a tackle, but right into another. Good run defense to start this game by Bowling Green. Reed's hurt them in the passing game. Brock Horn there to make the stop for no gain.
You mentioned this defensive front. Ali Saad, Anthony Hawkins, Dontrez Brown for Bowling Green. Those guys started every game last year on that front. So they've seen about everything. They've played a lot of football. That's going to come up big here tonight.
Second and 10, high snap. Right back to Moss. Got about 5, so 3rd and 5 upcoming. This is where if you're Bowling Green, Rocky, you have to find a way to get off the field. You had Texas A&M in a couple of 3rd downs, a 4th down, and you just couldn't get the stop.
Couldn't get to him. I think you got to find a way to get some pressure on Reed, but that's always tricky because he can take off, so got to be a controlled rush. Those ends can't get too far up the field and allow a rush lane for him to escape.
3rd and 5. Pressure coming. Good protection. Reed bounces it. Incomplete. And that's a good 3-and-out forced by this Bowling Green defense. Cyrus Allen, the intended target. Reed had to get rid of it on the run.
Good job. And they start off here. They're going to show 5 across the board here, but then you're going to get somewhat of a spy right here just to maintain leverage on that quarterback. He'll pick up the back, but again, a good job of setting an edge by that defensive line, not allow him to escape to the outside.
And there was good initial protection there. Reed didn't find anybody. Tyler White, the freshman from South Lake Carroll High School in Texas, punts it away. This will be great starting field position for Bowling Green. 2 weeks ago, they went to Happy Valley, another place that holds 100,000 people, and they gave Penn State a real scare, played real well in that game, and they'll come into this one with confidence because of how well they played 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, confidence and also just experience playing in a loud, raucous environment like they're playing here tonight. Happy Valley's no easy place to play. Kind of let that thing slip away at the end. But they really went toe-to-toe with Penn State for about 3/4 of that football game. Scott Leffler was proud of how they played. There you see Harold Fannin in motion coming to the outside.
Bayslap slings it, looking for Fannin, overshot him. So if you're Bowling Green in back-to-back games, you're going to play in 2 of the top 4 largest college football stadiums. Penn State being number 2, Kyle Field at Texas A&M being number 4.
Yeah, we asked Scott Leffler last night, like, who made his schedule, right? Like, who would want to do this? This is tough, but he likes his football team. Very veteran-laden group, likes how they're competing.
Running it with Stewart on 2nd and 10. He finds the edge and the first down. Terrion Stewart, the pride of Sandusky High School in Northern Ohio, another gain of 13.
Terrion Stewart is catching fire right now, and good job bouncing to the outside. No edge right there on the outside. Cannot allow Stewart, with his quickness, his shiftiness, to get to the outside. Good defense must have an edge.
The Texas A&M defensive coordinator Jay Bateman told us he could play in the SEC, talking about Terrion Stewart. Now there's an injured Aggie over on the Bowling Green sideline. Bryce Anderson, the safety. There's the defensive coordinator, Bateman.
Yeah, Bryce Anderson, he had that tip pick 6 last week that really broke the game open. But it's up front. Those guys like him right there, Shamar Turner, talked about Nick Scorton, Shamar Stewart, really leading the way.
Well, Texas A&M's defense has set the tone in their
Please
first
reset
3
the game
games
clock
this
to
season.
4 minutes, 12 seconds. 4, 1, 2. Thank you.
Very strong starts defensively. Through 3 games, their opponents have only scored 6 points in the entire first half.
Yeah, that's important. You cannot allow a team to just jump out to a lead on you, really setting the tone. And here's the thing about A&M's defense, it's only going to continue to get better as they get used to this scheme of Jay Bateman and Mike Elko. It's complex. It's not like some vanilla scheme you're running out there. Mike Elko's been doing this a long time, as has Jay Bateman. So the more experience they get in it, the better they'll play.
They stick with the ground game. Stewart, no room to run there. Only a gain of 1.
Shamar Turner on there, one of the more explosive defensive tackles in the SEC. It's going to be hard to run into the teeth of that all day. I think that's the thing, is do they have the depth up front that you must have to go deep into the SEC? There's Fannin right there. Defense has to know where he is.
He's yet to touch it, one of the most talented tight ends in the country. Bazelak looks his way, throws his way, knocked down, incomplete. Great protection, Scooby Williams. 0-on-0 crime.
And that's just a smart play. You know that's where Bowling Green wants to go with the football. And just a good job of man coverage by a super talented athletic linebacker like Scooby Williams. A little whip route. He'll come out, try to fake He did not go for the fake inside. He knew he was coming back out to the outside. And just an exceptional play on the football. Max Warner, offensive coordinator for Bowling Green.
3rd and 9 in Texas A&M territory. Bazelak in trouble, down he goes! Shamar Stewart on the sack. Loss of 9. Stewart making it look easy on that 3rd down sack.
The guy they call Optimus Prime, here comes Stewart. They put him at defensive tackle, and he just absolutely out-athletes everybody like Superman to the quarterback. And Jay Bateman was telling us yesterday, if you had to go into a lab and, you know, make a defensive end, that's what it would look like. Shamar Stewart, 6'6", 280, 4'5".
Just maximizes that power and speed. And Bowling Green, another drive, stalls right around midfield. Punt goes for 46 yards, pins him at the 5-yard line. Tonight you don't want to miss SEC football final. The guys will take you through the biggest stories of the day, break down all the games at 11 Eastern, 10 Central on SEC Network. Busy day in the SEC. Vanderbilt took Missouri to overtime. The Tigers hold on.
My favorite story about Marcel Reed came yesterday from Bryce Anderson. He said the best part about him playing quarterback is now he doesn't run scout team and just make us look foolish out there in practice. They absolutely hated going against him when he was running the scout team because of how athletic he is, and now he's out there starting making big plays.
Yeah, a year ago he was 4th on the depth chart. His father, who's a football coach, said, go get your reps at scout team. And Bryce Anderson was telling us that there were many days in practice where he made them look bad. The coaches are yelling at the starting defense, and they're saying, hey, we're trying really hard, but Reed's really good.
And that's really smart. All you young quarterbacks out there, take some advice. And again, Reed's dad is a coach. He says, hey, look, rather than stand there and hold a clipboard and watch practice all day, there's Dad, proud father. He said, hey, go on the scout team and, you know, work against one of the best defenses in the SEC day in and day out. That's how you get better as a player. I think that is tremendous advice.
Yeah, Rod Reed, you saw him in the stands there, head coach at Tennessee State from 2010 to 2020. Now gets to enjoy watching his son as a redshirt freshman. You know, Reed actually has some Texas roots. His family in the Dallas area now. He moved to Tennessee where he raised his son Marcel. He was a 2023 Mr. Football award winner in the state of Tennessee. 3-sport athlete at Montgomery Bell, baseball, basketball, and football, and now getting his chance at his 2nd career start. Let's see if he can deliver some magic again on 3rd down. Bowling Green saying the Aggies jumped, and the officials agree with them.
False start, 55 on the offense. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
Big opportunity now for Bowling Green to get off the field with favorable field position. Texas A&M back to their own 4-yard line.
And I know Aggie fans would really like to see this wide receiving core start to come alive. You know, try to get Cyrus Allen more involved. Noah Thomas, I think, is a guy they got to get the ball more to with how great of an athlete he is.
7 on the line for Bowling Green and an empty set for Marcel Reed. Gets rid of it quickly, and it's incomplete. The Falcons dialed up pressure, and the defense delivers.
It was a great job, as you said, Jay. They loaded the lineup and brought pressure, brought more than A&M could block here. You can see all these guys all the way across the board here, more than there are linemen to block. So Reed knows that ball's got to get out of his hands. Someone's going to be unblocked, but just a good job on the outside there by Edward Rambo.
And this is an uncomfortable punt for the freshman punter, Tyler White. Right at the back of his end zone, and Bowling Green sending everybody. White gets it away cleanly, high into the College Station night sky. Fair catch called for by Pegues at the 50. Well, Bowling Green has moved the ball well, but they've stalled as they've gotten into Texas A&M territory. Now they start this drive at the 50-yard line, a golden opportunity for Scott Loeffler in this Falcons offense.
Yeah, there's been some penalties that have moved the chains back a little bit. Loeffler, and there's Max Warner. See what they can dial up here, but I still think you got to find a way to get Harold Fannin involved. Find some sort of pick route, something. There he is right there as the inline tight end. Get the ball to your best player. It always works.
Play action. Bazelak throws. It's caught. Jason Patterson. Gain of 7 on first down into Aggies territory.
Jason Patterson, very valuable, does a lot, plays wide receiver, plays running back when they need him. Valuable player for this Bowling Green team.
Bazelak goes under center. Terrion Stewart gets the carry, makes 2 cuts, spins his way for a Bowling Green first down. And that will do it for this opening quarter.
Tell you what, Terrion Stewart really has a nose for daylight here, and Bowling Green playing well right here. 7-0 Aggies to start.
Well, Coach, your defense, other than the opening drive, has found a way to really hold off this Aggies offense. What's the key for them to sustain that?
You know what, we kept them off schedule the first drive, and they just converted 3rd and 8s on us, and they got the 4th and 2. And we've been just keeping them off schedule, which is great. You know, this is a team that possesses the ball really well, and for us to survive, we've got to make sure that we keep them off schedule, keep them 3rd and long.
How do you get your offense to finish those drives? Moving the ball well, but how can you get in the end zone?
It's the inside guys that we're struggling with, but we just got to keep staying off, keep being unbalanced as much as we possibly can, mix up the run and pass, and find a way to take a shot eventually.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time.
Great insight from head coach Scott Loeffler with Ashley Stroline, and a flag on the first play of this second quarter, taking a shot, trying to find Malcolm Johnson Jr. It was Will Lee in coverage for A&M.
Pass interference on the defense, number 26. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
This is at the top of your screen here. You'll see, and a little double move there, and there's that shot that Scott Loeffler talked about. They want to challenge these corners. I think these corners, I mean, Jay Bateman told us yesterday when he first got the job, there's like 2 corners on the entire depth chart. This is a position group that's unsettled right now on this defense. Bowling Green wants to test them.
Knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the A&M 21. Bazelak sends it incomplete. Was trying to pick out Pegues. Missed him.
And most of the time, Texas A&M is bringing 5. They know they want to try to get into Connor Bazelak's lap here. That's why the ball's coming out so fast.
And Bowling Green, their offensive line already overpowered by A&M's defensive line, and they're without their left tackle, Nick Reimer, who went down in the first quarter. Finally get it to Harold Fannin Jr. Takes it inside the 5. There's a flag down. He was stretching for the end zone. Fannin Jr., a Mackey Award watch list tight end, one of the top tight ends in the country. Kept quiet in the first quarter.
On the offense, number 11. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
And that gain of 20 by Fannin is coming back, negated by a hold. Finn Hogan, the culprit.
And there's Finn Hogan. There's the, down here, you'll see the hold right there. Finn Hogan, as he's getting away, you see that arm getting outstretched outside the framework of the body, and you can tell Scott Loeffler was holding on to that play. It was a complex formation. They did a good job of hiding Fannin and got him the ball. Unfortunately, came back because of the penalty.
So instead of 1st and goal from the 2, 2nd and 7. Still in the red zone though. Stewart blown up in the backfield. No room to run. Shamar Turner, the senior from DeSoto, Texas, was there. Loss of 4.
And there you go. You'll see Turner. I think he's right there, and he's just beating a man one-on-one, just beating him with quickness and getting into the backfield before the running back can even get started. Just beat Nate Paps, the left guard, like he wasn't even there.
Please reset the game clock to 14 minutes, 35 seconds. 14:35, thank you.
Just makes it so tough, especially when all that pressure is coming from the inside right into his face. And Jay, this crowd is coming alive here.
You've got 100,000 screaming ahead of a 3rd and 11. They go with the running game. Patterson makes a cut, falling forward. Got a gain of 7, sets up a 4th and 4. And it looks like Scott Loeffler is going to take the points.
I want him to go for it right there. How many more times are you going to be in this territory? But I like that call. A&M had 7 guys up on that line of scrimmage. You call the run. He squirts out to the side here for the field goal attempt.
Jackson Cleather, the sophomore from Tip City, Ohio. 33-yard attempt. And he puts it straight through. So Bowling Green on the board, hanging tough. We've seen the MAC cause some disruption to non-conference play. Maybe it's the Falcons' turn tonight.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
New era of college football. It's the same traditions. They've got so many here at Kyle Field. More than 100,000 screaming and yelling for their Aggies. An awesome atmosphere with Texas A&M back into the top 25. The home of the 12th man. This is exactly what they expect from their program. Onside kick here. Some trickery for Bowling Green and special teams. Always got to stay on your toes. Zach Long was the kicker, and he just put a little too much on it.
Yeah, and I like the call there. If you're going to come into this house here, Scott Loeffler, he knows that they had what they wanted. Look at that wide open space out there. They saw during the week on film that guy went down inside the numbers like that, so they tried to take a shot. You know, the juices are flowing, so you just get a little too much on that kick. Unfortunately, goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Zach Long, the kicker, he knew he had him. He just
it was there. It was there.
Too big of a bounce, so this gives a short field to Marcel Reed, Le'Veon Moss in this Texas A&M offense. If you're going to pull an upset like some MAC schools have done in recent weeks, it takes a play like that working. Reed unloads a deep ball on 1st down to the end zone. Incomplete. Cyrus Allen, the intended wideout.
Well, I think Marcel Reed checks the box of does he have a strong arm? He let that thing go probably a little too much. It was well covered on the back end by Ja'Cory Benjamin. Good job sidestepping the pressure, though, setting his feet.
Here's Moss. Makes a couple of men miss, bulldozing his way for a gain of 8. Offensive coordinator Colin Klein moving over from Kansas State, where obviously he had a terrific career playing for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really enjoyed talking with him, and you know, he was a dual threat quarterback, could run, but also was a good passer, a la Marcel Reed. I feel like that's a great match right there.
Let's see what Klein dials up for this 3rd and 2. Pushing that pile, needing two, getting two, so that's a first down for Texas A&M thanks to Le'Veon Moss. And Colin Klein told us yesterday, Rocky, that he's got some experience with this two quarterback situation that Texas A&M's going through, with Marcel Reed kind of coming in and getting a lot of fans on his side, impressing the coaching staff as well, with Connor Wigman, the starter, obviously, to begin the season. He dealt with this with Adrian Martinez and Will Howard at Kansas State. That's TJ Shanahan, the right guard, down. We'll step aside with Shanahan injured. Texas A&M already without their starting center, Mark Nabu, for the rest of the season. TJ Shanahan in at center on that play, and you see he just gets rolled up on.
Yeah, it was Jordan Porter, the defensive end, who came knifing in there and just rolled up on the back of the legs of TJ Shanahan. And they really like Shanahan, a freshman out of Westlake, Texas. Hopefully he's okay.
It comes in as a tackle. They've played him at guard. There you see him as
versatile.
Kolinu Fayu, the junior, in at center, a position where they've had to move a lot of different people in throughout the course of the season. 1st and 10. Reed rolling right, dials up a deep ball, knocked away, incomplete, but a flag flies in. Noah Thomas, the intake, did target Edward Rambo, was in coverage. He can't believe the flag.
And Edward Rambo did a great job in coverage. I just think got a little bit handsy right at the end.
On the defense, number 4, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
It was clear that Reed wanted to hit Noah Thomas, a 6'6" target. Rolls out to his right. It's a little post corner route. Goes to the post, comes back. And right before the ball gets there, it looks like that left arm of Rambo gets behind the jersey there of Reed. Caused the penalty.
Into the red zone, Marcel Reed. Keeps it himself, no room to run. Ali Saad shot in, the senior. Crafty Canadian on that defensive line, loss of 3.
That's a tough task right there, bringing down Marcel Reed in the open field. I mean, just a really good job, a good line stunt there. They line up Saad on the outside. He knifes underneath and splits it.
Amari Daniels trying to squeeze his way through. This Bowling Green defensive front has been impressive in this first half.
Jay, they really are. We talked about their experience and how much that factors in. D-line, the linebackers, but again, it's how long can they sustain this with those big bodies of that Texas A&M offensive line, all 315, 330 plus. Can they do that 3 quarters, 4 quarters? Remains to be seen.
Empty set here on a 3rd and 11. Marcel Reed trying to evade the pressure, turns the corner, upended at the 13-yard line. Wow, Ja'Cory Benjamin might be a touchdown-saving tackle here, Rocky.
You see the athleticism here. Look, nice job bouncing to the outside. Look at the speed, just gets around the entire defense. You said it, Jay, a touchdown-saving tackle by Ja'Cory Benjamin. And others there rallying to the ball to force the field goal.
Now this is Randy Bond. He missed 2 field goals at Florida a week ago. This one from 28. And he drills it. So A&M back up by 7. Just getting started from College Station in the 2nd quarter. Just a beautiful night for football here in the SEC. Top 25, Texas A&M, a touchdown lead against Bowling Green. And Scott Loeffler and his Falcons, I think defensively, they've hung in there, given this Falcons offense time to settle into the game. You're only down by 7 against a ranked team on the road. You got to feel pretty good about it. And they had a very similar game against a top 10 Penn State team 2 weeks ago in Happy Valley, where you were just overmatched in the trenches, Rocky.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. I mean, just look at the size of these guys. And, you know, there's wide receivers all over the place, but these big guys that are built like this just do not grow on trees. And Texas A&M has found a way to get them here, and that's been a major building block for this program. Guys that are 300 plus that can move like that, you don't find many of them coast to coast.
Terrion Stewart making men miss. You know, what should have been no gain ends up as a gain of 5. Been really impressed by Stewart tonight.
And this is an important drive, Jay, for Bowling Green, because again, how long can they sustain this? I think they got to find a way to get some points here and keep this thing close. Giving it to number 4 there is a good idea. He's running well tonight.
8 carries for 40 yards for Terrion Stewart.
Comes Fannin in motion.
They go right back to Stewart. This time bottled up and driven back, going against that defensive line we were just talking about. Albert Regis, 310-pound junior.
Look at that guy. Again, they don't see many guys like that. They just keep rotating them in here. The fans here at A&M love it. And they just build a wall right there, nowhere for Stewart to go.
It's the combination of size and power,
right,
but also speed to keep up with a running back like Stewart.
Again, those guys that are that big and can move like that, there's only a handful of them.
Bowling Green 0 for 3 on 3rd down. This 100,000 fan crowd is a big part of it.
Bringing pressure.
Bazelak steps up wide open. Harold Fannin Jr., 1st down, Bowling Green. If there's one guy you can't leave wide open, it's number 0 for BG.
Great job picking it up here. I mean, they bring everybody across here, bring 6, and Bazelak knows he's got to get the ball out of his hand. And Fannin, great job. Mesh route, bring 2 crossers, 1 from each side, try to rub one off, and Fannin comes free and pick up the 1st down. Mesh, always a great route concept to run. Get those defenders going one way or another and pick up the receiver.
Pitch to Patterson, finds the edge, powers forward. That's another Bowling Green 1st down. Will Lee made the tackle. They're finding the edge here on this drive.
I like that little quick toss here to the boundary. Formation in the boundary, motion across, and then it was a great job. The motion is what brought the linebacker, just got him inside a little bit for the tight end to hook him, pick up the 1st down.
Into Aggies territory on a 1st and 10, play action. Bazelak floats it, it's caught. Falling forward, Jacob Harris, the redshirt freshman tight end, gain of 3.
Good job. Some levels there. He had Elijah Boyd on the corner route. It was covered. Bazelak calmly, coolly just took what the defense gave him. Great completion. Been impressed with how Bazelak has performed under the pressure of this A&M defensive line tonight.
And dealing with this crowd, hostile environment as well. Pressure comes on a 2nd and 7. Bazelak releases. Pass is caught at the 40. Malcolm Johnson Jr., that's his 1st reception of the night.
Let's see, did he get it or did he trap it?
Trapped it.
He trapped it. Yeah, I think that's going to come back here. They tried to get to the line and snap it, but.
The previous play is under further review. Ruling on the field was a completion.
Should be a fairly quick review.
Yeah, and the rule states that ball can touch the ground, but the receiver has to have control of it, and it did not look like to me it was controlled in between his 2 hands before it hit the turf. Ball just a little bit to the outside. He had to throw it low and away from the defender, just a little bit too wide. Yeah, I just see that ball pops up. There's movement in that football. I think this one's going to come back. Bowling Green doing a good job tonight when they see man-to-man like they saw there, getting rub routes, getting guys crossed up. and leveraging away from the defender.
After further review, pass was incomplete. It will be third down at the 44-yard line.
So it'll back Bowling Green up to a 3rd and 7. And this home crowd at Kyle Field, the home of the 12th man, will get extra loud. You see Connor Bazelak, that green dot means he's getting the in-headset communication, new rule in college football this year. He's putting a hand on the helmet, trying to quiet that crowd. I don't think the hands are going to keep out more than 100,000 screaming and yelling.
They're not big third down, biggest third down of the game here. They're going to bring pressure. Got to find a way to pick it up. Use that running back if you have to.
And they throw it to Stewart. Spun around. Got back to the line, but a nice third down stop. Torian York, Nick Scorton combined on the stop, loss of 1.
And Albert Regis here, I believe that's him. Just an unbelievably athletic play. Watch this. Shot out of a cannon. I mean, unbelievable. A 6'2", 315-pound man just moving like a cat out there. Stop that play.
Feels a little deja vu for Bowling Green. Another drive where you move the ball well, but then right when you get to Texas A&M territory, stoplight.
It's hard against this front.
The Hendersons pinned Texas A&M inside their own 10 twice. Punt to 34 yards where Marcel Reed and the offense will take over. Read and React, hosted by Cole Kublik and Roman Harper. Back Monday, 7 Eastern. They'll take a look back at the biggest plays, players, and games from the weekend. You can catch it on SEC Network. Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Texas A&M, we talked, Jay, before the game about how well they've been able to run the football the last 2 weeks. Over 300 yards. They come into this game averaging 6 yards per rush. Tonight, just 3.2. They got to get that run game going.
It's Le'Veon Moss in the backfield. He's the lead tailback for A&M. Gets the carry here, right up the middle. Let's check in down on the sideline with Ashley.
Hey guys, well, team captain Trey Zune told me that Marcel Reed has always been ready, that he's never taken a practice or gone into a game not expecting to play or be the starter. When his number got called last week, he was ready to go. He's ready to go tonight as well. Zune says he's proud of him for being able to step in and do what he's been able to do.
Yeah, he's been really impressive, Ashley. Again, this whole team seems to really rally behind his leadership.
The flag flies. Moss stood up, no gain. Ja'Cory Benjamin and Tracy Revels in on the stop.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 or more players in the backfield at the snap. Penalty is 5 yards. Replay, second down.
And I think it's going to be the tight end in the backfield right here is what's going to call it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. He's got to be on the line on that side of the ball. Mike Elko doesn't like that one.
Second and 11 after the penalty. Jet sweep. Bouncing outside, Noah Thomas. He's upended. Jordan Oladokin made the tackle.
And they like Noah Thomas on that jet sweep. It's not too often in college football you see a 6'6" guy as your jet sweep guy. Usually it's the guy who's like 5'11" and really just kind of shifty, but shows the athleticism of Noah Thomas.
Yeah, the A&M coaching staff said we need to get Thomas more touches, so whether it's in the passing game or the running game, they want the ball in the hands of number 3.
Here's the third down opportunity. That's him right there in the slot.
Reed going to try and pick up the first down with his legs. He's got it. Just shy of the 30, gain of 13 on third down for Marcel Reed.
Another example of how damaging a dual threat guy can be. You know, just look at that hole open up there. That's where Bowling Green has got to do a better job, Jay, on third down especially, of not opening up those big rush lanes. Ed likes that one.
Reed in trouble, escapes the pressure again. Leapt over a tackle, lost his footing. Fell forward though for the first down, or just half a yard shy. Second and half a yard here for Reed.
Man, playing defense is hard. That time they did a good job of not opening up those interior rush lanes, but Reed escapes to the outside. It's just, what do you do against an athlete like that?
Reed keeps it again, uncorks it, had a man and missed him. It was Noah Thomas streaking down the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's frustrating. You can see he had Noah Thomas open. More accurate pass, I think, could have got him. Smart, you take a shot there on second and short. Got to start getting more production out of these wide receivers in this pass game.
Reed started this game 5 of 6. He's just 1 of his last 5 through the air. Trying to pick it up on the ground, and they do. 3rd and 1, got 2. A late shove there from the right guard to Marjay Reed-Adams. After the play, there was no flag thrown.
Yeah, I'd like to see these wide receivers, Cyrus Allen, Ja'Day Walker, Moose Muhammad, get some separation, get open.
They stick with the ground game. Rocky shouting out the wide receivers, and Amari Daniels continues this run game that they really like here at Texas A&M. How can you not like it when you have back-to-back 300-yard games on the ground?
Yeah, and blew a big hole on the left side there right behind big number 71, Chase Bisontas. I really like him. I like him because he's a guy that I'd absolutely hate to go against as a linebacker, because that guy is nasty. Plays all the way through the whistle.
6'6", 320. Daniels rumbling forward. That's another Texas A&M first down, and they could take this down to the 2-minute timeout if they choose.
We're going to try to get another play off here before the timeout. Got to go.
And Reed can't get it off.
2-minute timeout.
Texas A&M with all 3 timeouts. 2 minutes left to this first half, and the Aggies up 7. Awesome atmosphere, home of the 12th man, and Texas A&M getting tested by Bowling Green to this first half. Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you for as well as the Falcons have played defensively. Rocky, feels like a big drive here, final 2 minutes of the first half. Bowling Green looking for another hold. Here's Marcel Reed in trouble, escapes the pressure, steps up, throws, passes incomplete.
And what a well-executed rush by Bowling Green there. Again, not allowing any interior rush lanes, kept him in the pocket. Good coverage downfield.
Yeah, this defensive line has been super impressive for Bowling Green. Can they find one more stop in this first half to keep it a 1-score game? Reed keeps it. Wrestled down again. A flag flies in after the tackle. Trent Sims had the stop for the Falcons. Let's get the call.
Holding, number 71 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, second down.
That's Chase Bisontas. We were just talking about him. But it's the movement. It's how active. There it is. This D line is. That's Ali Saad just knifing down inside with his quickness. Forced Massanas to hold him, and that's a big penalty here with just 1:48 left on the clock.
2nd and 20 after the penalty. A&M does have all 3 timeouts. Reed trying to escape the pressure, and that time he can't. Bowling Green's defense continues to deliver. A loss of 2. Anthony Hawkins and Joseph Sipp Jr.
And there's Joseph Sipp. It's a delay blitz. The D-line sets it up, nowhere to, he just lurks, and then boom, shoots it.
They're first.
Comes in there, great job there. And the D-line finishing things off. Again, that's a hard thing to do, is to rush and get after the quarterback, but do it in a controlled way where you don't open up a lane. That is textbook.
And Bowling Green is elected to take a timeout ahead of this 3rd and 23. They want the ball back.
Yeah. I like Scott.
Love that
Leffler.
confidence,
Yeah.
love that mentality.
Going to be aggressive. You don't come down into this environment down here and play cautious.
Texas A&M looked so good offensively on that opening drive. They go down the field, 75 yards, made it look easy. And since then, they've really struggled with this Bowling Green defense.
And what they were doing on that first drive, Jay, was converting 3rd and 4th downs. Since then, they've not been able to do it. Everybody back deep here for Bowling Green.
Yeah, prevent defense on a 3rd and 23. Reed checks it down to Moss. Le'Veon Moss breaking tackles. He'll be just shy of the first down. Needed 23, got 20. But now do you keep the offense on the field for a 4th and 3?
Looks like that's what's going to happen here.
Maybe got too conservative.
I agreed. You had 4 guys that were 20-plus yards deep and just created a big open hole in the middle of that defense here. I think you give Marcel Reed a 2-way go. Nowhere to throw the ball, he can run it.
4th and 3, Reed fires, it's caught for a Texas A&M first down. Noah Thomas. Gain of 8 to move the chains and keep this drive alive. Timeout, Texas A&M.
Great job in the pocket here by Marcel Reed. He takes a shot. That was Darius McClendon, but great job by the youngster, hanging in the pocket. Eyes are downfield. Wow. Just gets cut in half.
Texas A&M.
Still delivers the ball. Wow, that was impressive.
There's Marcel's father, Rod Reed, who's the head coach at Tennessee State from 2010 to 2020. And speaking with the Texas A&M staff, they told us you could just tell he was raised by a coach, that he's a coach's son. He does everything the right way, the way he practices, the way he goes to class, and the way he performs on Saturdays, unafraid of the big moment like that on 4th down.
And that's what you get when your dad's a coach. You know, you're around ball your whole life. You're watching tape. You're learning what it's like to be a leader. And I think Scott Leffler right there, if he could have it back, he would have not played such a prevent defense on that big 3rd down. But a great throw there by Reed on picking up the first.
Yeah, 3rd and 23. Took 2 plays to do it, but ends up in a first down for Texas A&M. 13th play of the drive. Into Bowling Green territory. Reed decides to run again, makes 2 men miss inside the 30. Texas A&M has 2 timeouts and decides to use one of them.
Texas A&M, they're second. Please reset the game clock to 38 seconds.
And Reed really showing his mobility on this drive. If you're Bowling Green, so hard to cover. You got to find a way to cover every blade of grass against Marcel Reed and this A&M offense.
That's right. That's why Scott Leffler's rubbing his face there. He's like, man, we have the perfect call. We get him locked up. He just finds a way to squirt out of there.
Coming up at halftime, you can watch the live performance of the Spirit of Aggieland on SEC Network Plus. You can start streaming now on the ESPN app.
Here for Marcel Reed, I think it's important. Don't force anything here. You're within field goal range. If it's not there, don't force it. Take the pickup. Still have 1 timeout left.
2nd and 2. Here's Reed. Surveys, throws, it's caught. Noah Thomas again. Another Aggie first down. The clock will stop until they spot the ball. Bowling Green has a defender down.
It's going to stop the clock, too.
Joseph Sipp Jr., that's Bowling Green's leading tackler, the talented linebacker out of Tampa, Florida.
Noah Thomas, they've really found something with him. Some of those crossing routes on this drive. It's a nice sized target. If you're a quarterback, you love to see a 6'6" guy come streaking across the middle, big wingspan. Easy to throw a ball to a cat like that.
This is an impressive 14-play drive for Texas A&M at the end of the first half, trying to cash it in.
Yes. Start with some runs, and then, I mean, here's the big play here. This is the screen to Moss. 4th down. Again, that connection to Noah Thomas coming up big, and then hitting Noah Thomas again on the crossing route.
Sipp moves over to the sideline. 1st and 10. Reed in trouble. Pump fake. Steps up. Surveys. Nobody open. Gonna run. And he's taken down at the 12-yard line. Another impressive gain of 8. And Texas A&M uses their final timeout. So now you have to be very situationally aware. No timeouts. 17 seconds remaining. They move it to 18 at the end of this first half.
Still pick up the first down here. Got plenty of time. Pick up the first down. Clock it if you have to. No timeouts left.
Rocky, I'm thinking maybe you take a shot at the end zone here.
You take a shot here. I mean, if not, maybe you pick it up, pick up the first down. Clock it.
I think the one thing you tell a young quarterback in Reed who likes to scramble, and don't scramble too much and then get tackled where you don't have time to spot that ball. Been a long drive for Mike Elko's offense. They've taken up more than 6 minutes of clock. 16th play of the drive. Can they cash it in for a touchdown right before halftime? Reed throws to the end zone. Out of the back of it. Nobody open.
Yeah,
Smart play there.
And that's okay. Just throw that ball away. No big deal. 3rd and 2. Again, don't force something. Well within field goal range here. Obviously, you want a touchdown.
Out of timeouts. 3rd and 2. 12 seconds remaining in this first half. Bowling Green's defense has played so tough in this first half, trying to get one more hold before they could head into the locker room. Marcel Reed throws to the end zone. Dangerous ball. Batted around, and it falls incomplete.
And that's what I'm talking about, Jay. That's a risky ball to throw. Would have loved right there to see just a short out route, something where your wide receiver can catch it and get out of bounds. I mean, look at that. Tried for the corner ball, but great break on the ball by both the corner and the safety. As Darius Lorfels and Ja'Cory Benjamin both converging on that ball. Great job knocking that thing out.
So once again, Bowling Green's defense, a strong hold and a field goal attempt coming. 29-yard attempt. And Randy Bond squeezes it through. So Texas A&M, a 10-point lead headed into halftime. You know, if you're Bowling Green, I think you have to be pretty happy with how your defense has played in this first half.
Absolutely. I mean, they've not been, broken by the quarterback run. They've stopped a lot of the downfield shots they've tried to take. Really, the biggest play they've given up was on that long third down. That screen pass to Le'Veon Moss allowed that drive to keep going. And if you're Scott Loeffler, and you said, hey, you'll go into halftime up here down by 10, I think you take it.
And Bowling Green will get the ball to start this second half. Bowling Green going to run it out of their own end zone. Justin Pegues finishes the first half. It'll be Bowling Green to receive the ball to start the second. Scott Loeffler's defense has played well on the road. Intimidating environment here at Kyle Field. Bowling Green trailing by 10 at the intermission. And Texas A&M, after they get their first road win in nearly 3 years, comes home to Kyle Field. It's been an awesome atmosphere. The offense looked so impressive on that opening drive and has since stalled a little bit. Still a 10-point lead headed into halftime. Let's hear from the A&M head coach Mike Elko down with Ashley.
Well, Coach Elko, your offense started off fast and strong, finding the end zone on the first drive of the game. You had to settle for 3 on the last drive of the first half here. What are you seeing from your offense, and what adjustments do you need to make?
Yeah, we just got to get our quarterback settled down, and we got to make sure we start establishing the line of scrimmage and establishing the run. We're getting behind the chains too much. We had, the 2 times we were backed up inside the 10-yard line. That made it tough for us, but we had to settle down. We had to come out. We have a good second half.
How do you settle Marcel down?
Just give him some things he's comfortable with, get him into a rhythm, and let him go.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Thanks.
Well, it has been the home of the 12th man. The crowd has made a big difference in this game. Bowling Green held to just 3. Texas A&M has 13 at the half. Back in College Station, where Texas A&M holds a 13-3 lead. Start of the third quarter, second half about to begin. Not as much scoring as we probably expected, only 16 points in that first half. Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you, and the crowd brought it, and that makes it tough for Bowling Green. Thought the Falcons held in there defensively, especially when you consider they gave up an opening drive touchdown to A&M.
Yeah, absolutely. Texas A&M really started off with a bang, but that Bowling Green defense has really done a good job settling in. Even then, right at the end of the half there, 18-play scoring drive, but only gave up 3 points.
Yeah, that's a great point. A&M, it felt like they've moved the ball, but you only have those 13 points to show for it.
Yeah, but this is the opening drive. This was impressive as it gets. Third down completion, Marcel Reed, fantastic. 4th down completion, and then the big touchdown. So you're thinking, look, this A&M offense is just going to blow Bowling Green out of this stadium here. But then Bowling Green's defense, Jay, really did a good job settling in, stopping that run, doing a great job up front, plugging all the holes. Nowhere for those backs to get, more importantly, nowhere for Marcel Reed to escape. That was the biggest thing they had to do here tonight, not allow those north-south rush lanes to open up. See if they can do it here for another half. That's going to be the question, Jay.
And the opening kickoff to start this second half bounces out of bounds, so this will be great field position.
Free kick out of bounds, number 99 on the kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down, Bowling Green.
Similar to the comment I just made about Texas A&M's offense, where they moved the ball well in the first half, but only 13 points to show for it. Connor Bazelak in this Bowling Green offense, they've moved it, and then it stalled right around midfield.
Yep.
So what does Scott Loeffler and this Falcons offense need to do to start cashing in more?
Look, I think you got to go with your weapons. You got to continue to find Harold Fannin Jr., got to find Malcolm Johnson and run that ball with Terrion Stewart.
Set to throw on first down. Wide open, Harold Fannin Jr. inside the 30, makes a man miss. Inside the 10, touchdown Bowling Green. Harold Fannin Jr., 65-yard touchdown to start the second half.
He called for it. Big moments, go find your best player. Scott Loeffler said, yeah, get that ball to Fannin. And a tremendous play call. You know Scott Loeffler saw something he liked, got Fannin open on that corner route. And what about the athleticism, Jay? He is a next level player. Out in the open field, making guys miss, the speed.
Everybody you talk to tells you that Harold Fannin Jr. will be playing on Sundays, and you see why there. 65-yard touchdown, a career long.
I believe that's him right there. And you'll see just a good job on the switch route, but look back here, there's nobody over there. And a good job, Connor Bazelak. That ball has got to be on the money. That's a tough throw. It's a corner route going to the outside part of the field, drops it in perfectly, the cut back. The athleticism, the awareness, cutting back across the field. Marcus Ratcliffe, the safety, could not get him. And ladies and gentlemen, you see why he is one of the best tight ends in college football, because he can do things like that.
Now, he had 11 receptions in the game against Penn State and a touchdown. He's already over 1,000 yards in his career. He just started his junior season. And everybody you talk to, Texas A&M told us, we have to, it's a game of where's Waldo. We have to find number 0 on every single play. They didn't find him there. Touchdown, Bowling Green, and we've got a game. Buckle up. This should be a fun, competitive second half, 3-point game with 14:48 in the third quarter.
Now can Marcel Reed settle down and lead his offense the way they did to open up this ball game?
Let's check in down on the sideline with Ashley.
Well, Jay and Rocky, I spoke with Bowling Green head coach Scott Loeffler right before the start of this half. I said, what was your message to the team? He said, we are in this game. We just need a few explosive plays. Anything can happen. Well, how about that? They started off with exactly what he wanted from his team with that explosive play on the very first drive.
Ashley, he didn't happen to say we're going to Fannin for a 65-yard touchdown, did he?
I didn't get that much, guys, but you know what? He called it. He called his number for sure.
Hey, he's not foolish. You go to your best players. That's how you create big plays, and you find schemes to get them open. No one better doing that than Loeffler.
Reed throwing on first down. It's caught. Broken tackle. Noah Thomas, but the knee down. Nobody was behind Thomas. He thought he had a touchdown. Instead, only a gain of 4.
Marcel Reed making the case, and this is what's so dangerous.
Yep.
Come down. Good job shooting that ball out. And here's the deal. If this were pro football, he'd be off to the races, and that was a touchdown.
Instead, 2nd and 6. A&M trying to respond after the Bowling Green score. Reed kept it, breaks a tackle, has the first down and more. Shoved out of bounds just shy of midfield. A gain of 15 for Marcel Reed.
That's why he's dangerous. He was locked up pretty good. Missed tackle, breaks free, moves the chains.
Reed 68 yards in the run game. Hands it off this time. Le'Veon Moss churning those legs, pushing that pile. Gain of 5.
It's so important to not let Bowling Green keep capitalizing with points there. Now you can just keep leaning on that run game. See if your big boys up front can wear Bowling Green's defense down by the fourth quarter.
Play action. Reed surveys, throws, wide open. It's caught. Jahdae Walker to the 20-yard line, gain of 28.
It was a great job of protection by A&M. Good job picking up a little stunt. patience by Reed, and then the dart right over the middle. That's one of the toughest throws to make because there's so much trash in the middle. He did a good job.
They run it right up the middle with Moss.
Marcel Reed continues to come up big when his team, his offense needs a big play to keep the momentum going. He comes up with one. That was a great job on that throw to Walker.
Chase Basantis, the talented left guard, is down after the play. We'll step aside as Basantis gets looked at. And Chase Basantis, the talented sophomore left guard, walking over on the A&M sideline after he fell on the last play, going into the injury tent. It'll be Cam Dewberry in at left guard. They're already on a third-string center.
Yeah, TJ Shanahan went down with an injury earlier, got taken off on a cart. He's not been back, so that offensive line a little bit banged up.
Yeah, makeshift offensive line. A&M in the red zone, trying to cash in. They rule him right out at the 6-yard line. That'll be a first down. Aggies, 1st and goal upcoming.
I like that play there. You got a couple offensive linemen dinged up. Let's get the ball to the perimeter, pick up some positive yardage.
Bowling Green defensively has bended but not broken since that opening drive touchdown for A&M.
Here's where Reed really likes to keep it in this area of the field.
He gives it up this time. Amari Daniels swallowed up right at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal upcoming.
Yeah, Bowling Green, if I'm Sammy Lawson and Steve Morrison, the defensive coordinators, I'm calling something to make sure I have a body on the quarterback. He loves to keep it down here.
Yeah, Bowling Green's defense led all of Division I in takeaways last season with 28. They only have 1 this year. Now would be a good time. 2nd and goal. Marcel Reed trying to punch it in. Play action. Throws to the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Fire the cannon, Jahdae Walker. And much like the opening drive in the first half, first drive of this second half, Texas A&M goes down the field, 75-yard touchdown drive. '10 Aggies.
Great job there. There's a wall built along the front of the end zone there. No one in the back of the end zone. Great throw by Marcel Reed, finding Jahdae Walker.
Random fandom takes many forms. It's not always defined by the best tailgate or who's leading the cheers. You got to meet Benjamin Knox, who expresses being an Aggies fan through his art. We enjoyed walking through his gallery, seeing his amazing paintings. By the way, his gallery, it's an exact replica of the College Station train depot. How cool is that? And Knox shared with us that his passion for A&M football that started when he was in the Corps, a cadet here in College Station, that really resulted in so much love for A&M football and inspired 36 years of art. The Geese wrestled out of bounds, and now he spends his Saturdays with his camera down on the field. There he is.
Look at him down there.
Benjamin Knox capturing moments. You never know when that next shot of inspiration will come that will result in a beautiful painting. So he starts with the still image that he captures on game day, then he takes it back to the studio and creates those amazing pieces of art in his gallery that we got to see yesterday.
And what a talent, and even cooler, an Aggie through and through. A guy expressing his passion for this great college through his art. Love it.
Here's Harold Fannin, scored a 65-yard touchdown on the previous drive. That one goes for 9 or 10.
I just love Harold Fannin. What a great player. He's going to be playing on Sundays. Hey, look, he just, does a great job, and he just squares up Javon Thomas. Boom! He just kind of bounces back, doesn't want to go out of bounds. Gotta love that as a coach, too.
Ruled him just shy, so a 2nd and 1. Here's Jamal Johnson. Has the first down to the 30.
That was a play I don't think I've ever seen before. Motion across, bring him back, and then he gets the handoff and reverts back to the short side of the field. Only got 1 yard, but that's all they needed.
Rocky, going back to our great fan, Benjamin Knox, and the great fans that exist here at Texas A&M, home of the 12th man. When you've got a 10-point lead in the second half, you don't just have to defeat the defense, but this crowd as well, and they'll get loud on a sack by Shamar Turner. Drops Bazelak for a loss of 8.
And it's just right in the middle. There's Turner, and he is just going to beat the guard. Splits the center and the guard. The speed of a guy that size at 300-plus pounds just shoots that gap before anybody saw him. Impressive.
And Bowling Green had done a pretty nice job so far in this game with their protections. Not that time.
They have, but again, as this game starts to go on, a guy that size, all those guys that size just wearing away at you and pinning their ears back.
Crowd loud on a 2nd and 18. Falling forward to the 30. Jamal Johnson again. He gets the 8 yards back that they just lost, but it'll be 3rd and 10 here.
Nice pickup there. Get a chunky yardage play here. 3rd and 10. If I'm Texas A&M's defense, I gotta know where Fannin is. Actually, I don't even see him out there right now. Interesting.
Bazelak converts the 3rd and 10 with 100,000 fans screaming on a 3rd and 10. Raheem Smith, first catch of the day, keeps the drive alive.
Great job, a little slant route, and that ball is just perfect. As soon as Smith's foot hits that ground, his left foot, boom, ball's right there on the inside, away from the defender. Great throw.
Big time throw by Bazelak. Remember, he spent 3 years playing in the SEC. A pitch on first down. Terrion Stewart, his 10th carry of the game, goes for 2. So Bazelak, the SEC Freshman of the Year back in 2020 for Missouri. 3 years at Missouri, 1 at Indiana. This is his 2nd year at Bowling Green. He is unfazed in this hostile environment. Bazelak off his back foot, finds Fannin. First down, Bowling Green. Harold Fannin Jr., how good is he? Yards after contact, Rocky.
But it's just a great job of hiding him. Again, there he is right there. He's in the backfield. And he just kind of leaks through, and then boom, there comes the screen. That's what makes it so tough. A&M's defense, as I've been saying, they gotta know where number 0 is at all times.
He's up over 100 yards receiving, has the lone Bowling Green touchdown. Here's Terrion Stewart. Tried to split the defenders there, wrestled down, gain of 4.
I'll tell you what, Terrion Stewart has a real knack. If he just needs a little window of daylight, and as soon as he sees it, he hits that thing.
And Bazelak runs off the field here for Bowling Green. Might go Wildcat with Stewart. Well, Lucian Anderson, the redshirt freshman, in at quarterback.
Big-time athlete.
Here's the reverse, some trickery. Raheem Smith gets a block, steps on the gas, he's gone! Touchdown, Bowling Green! The trickery pays off! 40-yard score, Raheem Smith.
And watch the block at the top by Lucian Anderson right here. Bang! He's the one that springs that play and allows Smith to hit pay dirt. What an exceptional call. You bring in the second string quarterback. If he's a runner, you think he's going to keep it, but now the trick play, he'd lead blocks. Wow.
What a play call. Offensive coordinator Max Warner dialing it up. Head coach Scott Loeffler has to love it. Buckle up. We've got a ball game. Maction invading the SEC. 3-point game in the third. 3-point game in College Station. You want to see what it means to Bowling Green? That's their head coach Scott Loeffler having fun on the Falcons sideline. They give Penn State a really tough test in Happy Valley. Lost by a touchdown to a top 10 team. They have come to Texas A&M, playing another ranked team on the road with 100,000 people here, and they are unafraid, playing with confidence and belief that they can win this game.
In that whole first half, Jay, moved the ball well, but no big plays. So far early in the second half, they have 2 big ones.
Terry Bussey on the return. Wrestled down shy of the 25. Now, usually we have to wait till November to talk Maction. They are taking college football by storm to start the season. How about NIU going into South Bend, knocking off number 5 Notre Dame in week 2. Last week, Toledo put it on Mississippi State on the road. Thrashed Mississippi State in Starkville. Won by nearly 30, and now tonight, Bowling Green, after they played Penn State tough, giving Texas A&M everything they can handle, Rocky.
That's right, and you know Mike Elko and company said, look, let's try to knock these guys out. The longer we let them hang around, the more dangerous they are.
And Scott Loeffler, Bowling Green head coach, actually, they had a bye week last week, was watching Toledo put it on Mississippi State, tweeted during the game, the MAC has good players, good coaches. Nobody should be surprised. And they've gone on the road. Last year, big win at Georgia Tech. They've beaten Marshall, Minnesota. Do they have an upset in them to continue to rep the MAC here in College Station? 2nd and 8. Amari Daniels breaks a tackle. Upended at the 30. And this will bring up a 3rd and short.
We've been talking about it, but it's been the story is this defensive line, seasoned veterans up there, played a ton of football. Can they hold up against this big, powerful offensive line of Texas A&M? So far, they've been able to hold up, and it's just, you know, Scott Loeffler's going that bunch, say, come on, guys, just keep hanging in there, keep fighting. Another opportunity here. Got to keep Reed contained in that pocket. No rush lanes.
3rd and 2. E.J. Smith trying to get 2. He only got 1, so a 4th and 1. And what do you do here if you're Texas A&M?
I think you got to punt this ball. 32-yard line.
Now they're leaving the offense on the field. Big decision by Mike Elko.
Got injuries on that offensive line. This is going to be tough.
E.J. Smith in the backfield with Marcel Reed. Redshirt freshman might be just trying to get them to jump here. Goes under center.
This is a veteran unit for Bowling Green. Be tough to pull them off sides.
Good discipline.
Yeah, it's great.
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Yeah, that was smart. There's no way with a battered offensive line you're going to go for on that area of the field. So smartly, they don't jump. This front, these linebackers for Bowling Green really doing the job. Scott Loeffler, you know right now, Jay, he's looking on that play card and saying, what else we got out here, man? What other big plays we have? Got to keep them coming. Can't let off the gas now if you're Bowling Green.
Tyler Wright couldn't get it away. Blocked by Bowling Green. The Falcons have it inside the 10. Trey Johnson got there for Bowling Green, and the Falcons, what a third quarter this has been.
Great job this area of the field. Come get that thing. You're going to get good field position regardless. And there, he wasn't even touched until he got near the kicker. Good job of protection there, knowing Bowling Green's going to come after that thing. And now here we go.
First and goal after the punt block. Can Bowling Green take the lead? Anderson trying to find that edge, wrestled down for a loss. Interesting that they stick with the redshirt freshman, Lucian Anderson. Connor Bazelak now comes in. It was Anderson who was quarterbacking the reverse on the previous touchdown drive.
And again, Texas A&M, where's Waldo? Where's Harold Fanning? You see right there, Shamar Turner saying, hey, there's number 0. He's right there. Let's make sure we know where he is.
Bazelak back into the game. Running back, going to throw this ball to the end zone, looking for Fannin. That falls incomplete. Justin Pegues, the transfer from Tennessee Tech. Now here's, I know the trickery has worked for Bowling Green, but are they trying too much here?
Yeah, I think a little bit much here. I mean, give your quarterback, your 6-year quarterback, a shot at completing the ball to Fannin rather than your running back right there.
If Bazelak's throwing that ball, it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown, yeah.
This crowd getting loud, a 3rd and goal, trying to hold BG to 3.
Scott Loeffler ran down the sideline. He wanted a timeout.
Bowling Green, they're first. This will be a 30-second timeout.
So we have had more scoring in this third quarter than we had the entire first half. This was a 13-3 game at intermission. Bowling Green, they really lacked it offensively. We've seen 2 explosive plays, now a punt block, and Bowling Green right in this game. How fun is this?
And you're doing what you got to do, right? If you're Bowling Green, you come into this place, you can't play conservative. They had the bye week. Maybe you got to work out some of those explosive plays that we saw, but right now, Scott Loeffler and company just foot on the gas right now. They can't let up.
And for Texas A&M, they felt so good coming off that road win, snapping a 10-game losing streak on the road with that win at Florida a week ago. You come home, that feel-good factor getting tested late in this third quarter. A critical 3rd and goal upcoming. Can A&M's defense deliver? Bazelak looks to the end zone, throws, pass is incomplete. Over the head of Harold Fannin Jr. Good coverage by Jaden Hill. And Bowling Green will settle for 3.
That's smart. Go to your guy. They're trying to basically get him up there and then throw him a back shoulder. Ball just sails a little bit high. They try to use that big body of Fannin and box out the defender. The ball just sailed a little bit on Bazelak. I just wonder if they would like to have that one back where they try the halfback pass. Let your quarterback have another shot at it.
Jackson Cleather from 28 to tie the game. And he missed it. No good. So after the blocked punt, Bowling Green comes up empty. You get the ball inside the 10 and come away with nothing.
And that's a gut punch, Jay. an absolute gut punch to get things to go your way, come up with the big plays, the punt block, ball in the down this end of the field and cannot convert points. This is where a veteran group like Bowling Green has got to settle in, because that can be a devastating blow to come up empty there.
Well, credit the Texas A&M defense. Put into a tough spot. They hold for the field goal attempt, then a missed 28-yard field goal. Aggies still on top by 3. Let's check in with Ashley down on the Bowling Green sideline.
Yeah, Rocky and Jay, it is a range of emotions over here, from a ton of energy, thinking they're going to be able to make some magic happen after that block punt, to then absolutely having the life sucked out of them when it didn't go their way on that field goal. They're not being able to convert. But guys walking up and down, giving each other high fives, saying, we're in this. Keep it going, keep the momentum going. But again, I think they just got a little bit of a reality check that it's going to take a lot to walk away with a win tonight.
Veteran group, though, Ashley, got to keep their composure.
Play clock down to 2. Reed, pressure coming, gets it away. That falls incomplete. Rocky, as a former player, does that deflate you when all the momentum's going your way? You get a punt block like that, and you can't even cash in for 3?
100% it does, absolutely, especially going against the odds here like Bowling Green is. But again, a veteran group. You got a lot of guys that played a lot of football. They've been in situations like this where you got some momentum and something doesn't go right. That's what I really got to lean on those veteran players. A stop here is crucial. Big 3rd down. No rush lanes for Reed to escape through.
They need 9 yards to keep the drive alive. Reed throws, a flag flies in the backfield. Great effort by Walker. Muscled his way for the 1st down. And it was a yellow mouthpiece in the backfield, not a flag. Wow. So this is a 1st down, Texas A&M. It looks like a flag
flying through the air. I'm glad I wasn't the only one that saw that.
1st and 10, Texas A&M, another big 3rd down pickup. Reed, play action off his back foot, bounces it in front of Noah Thomas.
This Bowling Green defense is really zeroed in on Noah Thomas, knowing that's where Reed wants to go with the ball. Had a great connection here tonight on those crossing routes coming from one side of the field to the other.
Le'Veon Moss been quiet, gets the ball here. Biggest carry of the day. A gain of 14 and another Aggies 1st down.
That was a great run there. You know, these pullers that A&M uses, moving not one but 2 big bodies one side of the field to the other. And what a gigantic 4th quarter coming up.
Yeah, we've got a fun 4th quarter coming. 3-point game here in College Station. You don't want to miss it. Start of the 4th quarter, the home of the 12th man getting tested in what has been a close, competitive game. Ranked Texas A&M getting everything Bowling Green can throw at them, Rocky.
Absolutely. Bowling Green, though, what they need right now, Jay, is a takeaway. Last year, this unit led the nation in takeaways with 28. Only 1 so far this year. Would love 1 now.
Reed throwing to start the 4th quarter. Pass is caught. A broken tackle. Noah Thomas. And Aggies 1st down into Bowling Green territory. Gain of 16.
Noah Thomas has been huge tonight. I talked to the coaches yesterday. They wanted that young man to step up and emerge. 5 catches on the night. He's made some big ones. Picks up 1st down there.
Play action. Marcel Reed, plenty of time, steps up. Scramble ability when the play breaks down. Marcel Reed can turn nothing into something quickly.
It's one of the rare times tonight, Jay, that Bowling Green is not kept contained. Watch this thing open up here to this side. There's just nobody out there, and Reed said, thank you very much. I'll take it.
Well, that's what he did so well a week ago at the Swamp in the win against Florida, his first collegiate start. Getting tested here, fourth quarter, 3-point lead, looking to add to that lead on this drive. Le'Veon Moss, powerful running back, trying to churn those legs forward. Falls inside the 20 for another Aggies first down. Inside the red zone now.
And I think at this point, Jay, as this defensive front for Bowling Green, they need to start calling some run blitzes, right? Bring some pressure with the intention of stopping the run, trying to get a negative yardage play here as this A&M offense starts to gain momentum. Get these linebackers coming up in here, shooting some gaps, try to take it away.
Reed throws to the end zone. Pass is incomplete. He had Shane Calhoun, the tight end, and just threw it in front of him.
It's good to see Chase Basanis back in the game. For A&M, we saw him come off with an injury. They need a guy like that as they're trying to grind this game out. No one grinds better than Chase Basanis.
Darius Lorfills, the Bowling Green safety, cramping. It's a hot, humid night here in College Station. And these fans have been treated to a heck of a football game. It's been fun, close, and competitive throughout. The defense was the story in the first half, and now some explosive plays. The offense found its rhythm in the third quarter.
I think the fans are saying enough of this fun. How about let's score and let's put these guys away. But credit Bowling Green. There's some Bowling Green faithful traveled all the way down here to College Station. That ball club's playing well right now.
Well, this isn't exactly Ohio weather.
No, that's right. I live in Ohio. It's actually it's pretty hot up there right now. Nothing like this Texas heat though. Scott Loeffler again looking at that play call sheet, seeing what they have left. They can get a stop here, try to find another explosive play, but getting a stop right here is critical.
The Bowling Green hung with a top 10 Penn State team on the road 2 weeks ago. They are hanging with another ranked opponent here tonight. That game got away from them in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to hold Texas A&M to a field goal attempt here on this third down upcoming.
Another Bowling Green player down on the field. Looks like another cramp situation. Texas heat, hot, humid.
A.V. McGarry, you mentioned Cincinnati. He's a Cincinnati native.
Yeah, Lakota East High School, good player.
And Scott Loeffler is thinking, what do we have left in the secondary? Because both Lorfills and A.V. McGarry are secondary. Now the trip certainly paid off for those guys right there.
Everybody in this stadium getting their money's worth. Man, college football is fun. I mean, it's late at night right now. It's 9 o'clock, still 84 degrees.
It was 90 all day, and it's quote-unquote cooled down to 84. Humidity still very much a factor. Big 3rd and 7 upcoming at the start of this fourth quarter. What does defensive coordinator Steve Morrison have in mind to try and hold A&M to a field goal attempt?
Watch the quarterback run down here.
Reed throws. A flag flies in. Trey Watson, the intended receiver.
Not sure if they're going to call a push off here on the receiver.
It's ruled incomplete on the field. A delayed signal there.
Pass interference on the offense.
Yeah.
Number 84, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, third down.
That's what it looked like initially up here. Watson, you see, here it is right here. Just 2 arms right in his chest, pushes off the defender. It's going to move A&M back.
Now he dropped that ball. Why wouldn't you decline this penalty? It'd be 4th and
seriously.
7.
Correction, Bowling Green
Yeah.
has declined offensive pass interference. It will be 4th down.
There you go.
That could have been problematic. Because the last thing you want to do is give Marcel Reed another chance.
You're right. Yeah, you don't want to give that kid another shot at it. You give up a field goal here, no problem.
Randy Bond is connected from 28 and 29. This one from 34. But A&M has struggled when they've gotten into the red zone in this game, settling for a 3rd field goal attempt when they've been inside the 20. And Bond drills it. Just squeezed it in. Counts all the same. 6-point lead for A&M, but Bowling Green still very much in it.
Bowling Green, they bended, but they didn't break here. Great job holding it off, just forcing the field goal here. 1-score game here.
Now this field goal a little too close for comfort if you're Texas A&M from that angle.
Ooh.
You even think maybe he misses. You see Bowling Green saying no good, no good.
It's not reviewable because the ball went over the upright. That's how the rule goes. Yeah, if you're Bowling Green, that's a little close for comfort.
The Texas A&M first-year head coach Mike Elko, he knows his Bowling Green program very well. Spent 5 years as the defensive coordinator, won a MAC championship in 2013. He told us his family's got great memories of their time at Bowling Green and knows what a good program it is and how competitive the MAC has been this season. And they are getting tested in the 4th quarter. Just a 6-point lead, trying to defend it. Terrion Stewart blown up in the backfield. Damian Sanford, loss of 5.
These linebackers, Jay, I called it out at the beginning, they gotta play better. Sanford just shot out of a cannon, hitting that gap. Wow. Impact play by the linebacker.
The Stewarts had a good night. No chance on that one. 2nd and 15. A&M only sends 4. Bazelak slings it to the flat. Jamal Johnson, he was hit out of bounds. Will Lee.
Wow.
I thought that contact was a little late. I thought Johnson gave himself up there.
That's way out of bounds.
Yeah,
way out of bounds.
That's a late hit.
They got lucky there. Yeah, you see that called more times than not. Looks like A&M is going to try to bring some pressure here.
On a 3rd and 7. Pressure coming. Bazelak tried to find Fannin. And Bowling Green with a great opportunity to tie this game with a touchdown, take the lead with an extra point, and fall short. Great defense by Texas A&M.
And this is what Mike Elko is so good at. The pressure's going to come right here into Connor Bazelak's face. He knows he's got to get that ball out quick. And that forces the bad throw behind Fannin. That's what that man knows how to do right there, is just draw up exotic looks. That makes it tough on your quarterback, and he caught it at the perfect time.
It's the first 3 and out of the night for a Bowling Green offense, and it comes at a bad time. John Henderson punts it away. Terry Bussey backpedals. He calls for a fair catch at the 25. That's where Marcel Reed and the A&M offense will take over, trying to add to this 6-point lead.
Like Ali and Frazier. You go take what
Oh, you do not want to miss that. Georgia, Alabama, College Game Day's already announced they're going to be in town 9 a.m. Eastern time. And that has the potential to be the best game of the regular season, all college football season long.
Jay, you and I saw Georgia a couple weeks ago in person. They definitely looked apart. I know last week against Kentucky may have slipped up a little bit, but that team is still a juggernaut.
Both teams get a bye week to bow up for that one. We've got a fun game here, the fourth quarter. Texas A&M, a 6-point lead with the ball. Marcel Reed in just his second collegiate start, trying to follow up what was a phenomenal first impression at Florida a week ago.
And Marcel Reed has done such a good job, Jay, of not making the big mistake, not forcing the ball. He's got to continue that MO here for the next 11 minutes.
Reed keeps it, has the first down, makes a man miss, and finally taken down after a gain of 13. And that is where he has that it factor, when he can get out and run.
And just watch the wiggle right here. I mean, that's breaking down a great cornerback, Edward Rambo, in the open field and picking up some more yards.
91 yards rushing tonight for Marcel Reed to go along with 2 passing touchdowns. First and 10, trying to make this a 2-score game. Le'Veon Moss finally found a hole there. Gain of 12 and another Aggies first down into Bowling Green territory.
And I've been talking about it all game, Jay. How long can this D-line, these linebackers hold up with this massive offensive line for Texas A&M? We're starting to see some of those holes break open here. Again, I think they got to start blitzing some of those run gaps here, stop that bleeding.
And Bowling Green just had their first 3 and out offensively, so not a lot of time to rest for this defense. And Moss tackled after a gain of 3.
That's your workhorse here, Le'Veon Moss. Him and that man right there, Marcel Reed, played a great ball game here. Redshirt freshman.
Trying to give the Aggies a little more breathing room in this fourth quarter. Play clock under 5. Hand off to Daniels. And he squirts free. Gain of 7. First down, Texas A&M.
It's just these holes that weren't there early in the game are now starting to open up. I mean, watch right there. Big lane right there for the back to run through. Hard for those guys to get off those blocks late in this game.
Reed passes. It's caught, knee down. Barber, his 4th reception of the night, goes for 3.
See some substitutions in Bowling Green's D, bringing 4 guys off, 4 fresh bodies out there. That clock tick.
Reed finds Daniels. Just missed him low. Daniels had plenty of space in front of him. He's got a lot of speed as well.
Yeah, they had what they wanted. They had a pick on the outside. That's called a rail route. Run that back up the sideline. It's a tough throw.
That could have been a touchdown.
Yeah, but Daniels, is wide open. Reed claiming the ball was tipped, I'm not sure, but the ball's got to be on the money. You know, and if I'm Marcel Reed, I'm looking in the direction. There's Thomas, I believe, up to the outside.
They're going to hand it off on 3rd and 7. E.J. Smith, the son of Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith, his first carry. Short of the first down marker. And now a field goal attempt to try and make it a 2-score game after Randy Bond just squeezed the last one by a matter of inches from 34 yards out.
Say field goals down this end of the field, Jay, tonight have not been easy makes.
And this one from 42. To add some cushion to this 6-point lead and make it a 2-score game. Bond. Got it. So Texas A&M doing just enough for a 2-score game with 7:15 to play. Aggies up 9. Texas A&M, a 9-point lead. They have been tested throughout this game by Bowling Green. Rocky Boyman, Jay Alter with you, Ashley Stroline down on the sideline. Probably too many drives that Texas A&M had to settle for field goals, but Randy Bond, 4 for 4, ties a career high. And that last one makes it a 2-possession game. So this will be a challenge with 7:15 to play for Bowling Green. They need another explosive play like they got in the third quarter, Rocky.
That's it. This half here, they've had 2 big ones. This was the first play of the third quarter. Great pass, great play call, just great run after the catch by Harold Fannin. And then later on, they get the reverse, get the quarterback, Lucian Anderson, out with the block, springing Raheem Smith. So what does Scott Loeffler and Max Warner and company have in that playbook here to find another explosive?
Bazelak kept it on a play action, rolls right, throws high. Malcolm Johnson Jr., the intended target.
And he missed. Finn Hogan was driving across the middle, wide open. You'll see him, there he is right there. I mean, look at that, in the middle of the field, just wide open. He has a chance to catch that ball and get upfield.
Gonna run the ball on 2nd and 10. Not much there. Gain of 3, brings up 3rd and 7. Not only do you have to deal with this Texas A&M defense of your offensive coordinator, Max Warner, but you have to deal with this Kyle Field crowd, 100,000 loud and proud since the opening kickoff. The home of the 12th man, you're gonna hear them ahead of a 3rd and 7.
Texas A&M, you got to know where that man is right there, Harold Fannin.
Bazelak in trouble, throws off his back foot, finds Jamal Johnson, and he's wrestled down well short of the sticks.
I think a 2-score game here, Jay. I think you're Bowling Green, you got to go for this, don't you?
Really? From your own 31?
Coming into this house, you've missed out on some opportunities here with the missed field goal. I think you got to go for it.
Well, Scott Loeffler agrees with you. Gutsy call.
Fannin at the top of the screen. He's coming in motion. I think A&M wanted a timeout to give another look at this.
Timeout.
You couldn't even hear the whistle. That's how loud it is at Kyle Field.
30-second timeout.
It's a special place. And now you wonder if Loeffler, with time to think about it, does he second guess it?
I guess there's no guarantee that you even get the ball back.
Right, that's, again, with it being a 2-score game, I think you don't want to, but you have to here. Bowling Green fans have trailed down here, have got their money's worth. A&M fans have.
I give Bowling Green a lot of credit. One, to even attempt to play this schedule. You go at Penn State, at Texas A&M. You have a bye week in between, granted, but go to 2 stadiums that house more than 100,000 people. And you gave Penn State a real good game, only lose by 7. You've battled Texas A&M for 4 quarters, and now the game hanging in the balance, 4th and 4.
Changing the play, look for some route concept here with this trips formation down the bottom.
A&M sends 4, Bazelak throws, finds Fannin for a Bowling Green first down.
Wow.
Needed 4, got 5, and the Mackey Award watch list tight end delivers again.
Here it is, look, just sits down in between after the inside receiver streaked upfield. Very, very close, gutsy call. They pick it up. Big time moments of the game, Jay. You go to your best players, and they did right there with Fannin.
Leads the country in receiving yards for a tight end. He has 114 tonight. Stewart, bottled up, driven back. 4 Aggies in. Damian Sanford, Nick Scorton got there first.
And that's the thing, Jay. You want to be able to run the ball here, but that clock is ticking away now, under 5 minutes.
Yeah, you've got to keep this ball in the air.
Yeah, the ball's got to be in the air. They just don't have enough time being a 2-score game. Terry Stewart comes out of the game.
And Jamal Johnson in the backfield for Stewart. Good protection. Nobody open though. Bazelak had to roll right and throw it away. Now this offensive line, they've been overmatched all night long, but they've given Bazelak and this offense a chance tonight. Wide receivers have to find a way to separate there.
It's just tough. And now Fannin looks like the heat may be getting to him. They've fought so hard tonight in this heat. Got an A&M player down the field.
Now it's starting to affect the Aggies. Shamar Turner is down.
And we may have one of the better catches we've seen all night. Watch this. Ball goes into the stands.
Hey, how about that?
How about that? The youngster.
Mom loves it too. She's shocked.
That kid about 8, 10 years old.
You got to let that kid keep that ball.
Got to keep that ball.
Don't go over and say, hey, we need the ball back. You got hundreds of balls. Let the kid keep the ball.
You just got to respect how these players out here tonight, Jay, on both sides have fought hard in this heat, battled, incredible football game. But this is going to be key here. Bowling Green's going to get a shot here at the biggest 3rd down of their season without big Shamar Turner in at nose tackle for A&M. He's done such a good job bringing that pressure right in Bazelak's face. That's an advantage right now. Number 0, Harold Fannin.
And Bowling Green showed this is 4-down territory the rest of the game, no matter where they are on the field.
Fannin the slot to the top. Excuse me, he's in the wing right there.
Bazelak finds Fannin, tackled immediately. Only got a yard, and here comes 4th and 8.
That's a great job of recognition by this A&M defense. They know that's where the ball's going to go. They're aware, Howe and company. Good awareness here. Big 4th down.
And the fans know it. This is the ball game. If Bowling Green's going to stay in this game, they have to convert this 4th and 8.
Yeah, you got Fannin up at the top. Malcolm Johnson right there, another big play wide receiver.
Pressure comes, Bazelak in trouble, escapes it. Nobody open. Finally, Bazelak kept it alive, finds Finn Hogan, and keeps Bowling Green in this game.
Wow.
What a play.
What a play. Scott Levin loves, he say, let's go. Bazelak, the best job he's done all night. They only rushed 4. But Bazelak just keeping the play alive. Let your guys get open, catch the ball, get a foot down. New set of downs. They got to keep their foot on the gas though here. They need not just 1, but 2 scores. I try for a shot here.
Play action. They are dialing up a deep ball. Johnson's open, and Bazelak just couldn't hit him. Malcolm Johnson Jr., the transfer from Auburn, created the separation, and Bazelak couldn't hit him.
Perfect time for it here. You go max protect, and you get both guys going down the field. Johnson deep. He had him. Better throw would have caught him in stride. I think they got the look. They got the matchup they wanted. Ball just sailed a little too far.
3 minutes left. Bowling Green racing against the clock. Down 9 on the road against ranked Texas A&M. Bazelak finds Johnson this time. Spins his way free. Wrestled down after a gain of 10. This could be 3rd and half a foot.
Wow, and he didn't get the first down, so the clock would stop until they reset the chains. And too much time here, Jay,
clock
clicking off.
Continuing to run.
Didn't get out of bounds.
New rule this year, that headset communication, but it's not very effective when you got 100,000 fans screaming at you.
I think you got to take another shot here, either this play or next.
Play action. Right on the money. It's caught by Patterson. Shoved out of bounds. Bowling Green on 3rd and 4th down this drive. They have been money.
Gutsy call. A&M expecting the run, just try to pick up the easy first down.
Surprised they're not hustling to the line here. Trying to run one more play before the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute timeout.
Now this has been an impressive drive, but it's taken a lot of time off this clock. Texas A&M clinging to a 9-point lead 2 minutes ago. What a fun chess match this has been. Great offensive coach and Scott Loeffler, amazing defensive coach and Mike Elko, and it's coming down to the wire here at College Station. Bowling Green with the ball, down 9 at the 26-yard line of Texas A&M.
And Elko's doing exactly what he wants. Just keep everything in front. Don't give up the big play. They're going to take a shot here.
Bazelak throws to the end zone. Waiting for the signal, incomplete. Jamal Johnson did not survive the ground.
Wow.
Couldn't hang on.
And there it is. They take a shot, back shoulder, perfect throw. He has it. Can he complete the catch? I'm gonna say no. It comes away from him. So close. I mean, Jay, if he just survives that last roll there and holds on to that ball, that's a touchdown.
Bazelak throws. This is caught. They rule it for a Bowling Green first down, so the clock stops.
Okay, you need to have a play here. Oh, here's a guy down.
A&M has a player down at the 35-yard line. Bowling Green still has 2 timeouts. It's Shamar Stewart, the junior defensive end. This actually gives Scott Loeffler and Bowling Green an opportunity to take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath, yep.
He's saying, spike the ball. Get your offense ready. As Stewart sits up. You know what looms large in this game? The moment where Bowling Green blocks the punt, gets the ball at the A&M 8-yard line, and comes away with 0. You miss a 28-yard field goal. It would be a 1-score game instead of a 2-score game.
Here's the injury. That's Shamar Stewart. They're big.
He collides with his own teammate, Nick Scorton, and that's not who you want to run into.
No, it just looks like something just kind of caught up funny there. But if you're Bowling Green, this is a good thing. You're going to attempt another shot here without Shamar Stewart in the game. Now Shamar Turner at nose tackle has come back in the game, so that's good for A&M's defense.
First and 10 for Bowling Green. Play action. Bazelak throws. It's intercepted. Marcus Ratcliffe to the rescue. His third straight game with an interception. And it seals an Aggies win.
And this is a crusher because they get what they want. They get a rub route and get Harold Fannin open. And he's open, he's right there. Just gotta get the ball to him. It just sails a little too high. Draws up the scheme, you get exactly what you want. You're gonna hit Fannin, he's gonna walk in for a touchdown. You're gonna go for an onside kick. Instead, it's an interception, and that's it.
Texas A&M going to survive a scare for Bowling Green. Marcus Ratcliffe, the hero, on a miscue by Connor Bazelak. Big, powerful run. It's not done yet. Ball's out. Bowling Green has it. All Le'Veon Moss had to do was go down, and instead Brock Horn punched it out, and Edward Rambo has it. Wow.
Brock Horn, the savvy senior, watch here at the end. He's still up. He punched that thing out. Wow. Peanut Tillman would be proud punching that ball out.
If Moss goes down there after he gets the first down, game's over.
That's it. Wow.
Instead, Brock Horn has given Bowling Green life in this game. First two turnovers on the night, back-to-back plays, the interception in the end zone, and then the fumble. Can Connor Bazelak shake it off? Steps up. Nobody open, has to throw it away. I mean, what a moment. Le'Veon Moss, you have to know that once you get the first down, this game is over. He's a hard runner, likes fighting through contact, but it's not worth an extra yard losing the football.
In that situation, you got to tell your guys, you know, 2 arms on that ball, cradle that thing. Now it's up to this A&M defensive front to try to come up big again.
Marcus Ratcliffe, the safety, thought he sealed the game. Now he's back out there in the secondary. Bazelak, pressure coming, throws, this time finds Fannin, it's caught inside the 10. Harold Fannin Jr. leads the nation in receiving yards as a tight end, gets 30 there.
And this is a great job by Connor Bazelak, comes and makes a humongous throw right between 3 maroon jerseys. Too much time, guys, come on.
2 timeouts too, you could burn one of them. Instead, clock coming off. 1 minute left in this fourth quarter. First and goal, Bazelak throws to the end zone, dropped, incomplete. Trying to pick out Jamal Johnson. Great coverage by Will Lee, the corner.
Good news is the clock is stopped. Harold Fannin coming back in the game here. He went out for a breather after that big catch. What does that man right there, Mike Elko, have up his sleeve?
Bazelak steps up in the pocket, pump fake, rolls left, floats to the back of the end zone, sails out, incomplete. Win Sharp, the true freshman, was the intended target. 48 seconds left, third and goal upcoming.
Here's some contact here. I think that's Will Lee. Oh man, that's tough. Like definitely affected his ability to catch that ball. You gotta have 2 scores here. Here's Johnson. Fannin up at the wing at the top.
Bazelak tosses, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Finn Hogan, the intended target. Torian York, the sophomore linebacker, swatted it away, and Bowling Green's going to kick the field goal.
Smart, you need 2 scores here. Just great coverage.
You need to get an onside kick either way, so whether you score the touchdown or the field goal, might as well try and get the 3. Jackson Cleather missed from 28 earlier tonight. This from 23. And he hits it. 38 seconds remaining, 6-point game, an onside kick coming. The Bowling Green has already attempted an onside kick in this game.
Yeah, they had the surprise onside kick in the first half.
This one Texas A&M will know is coming.
Yeah, know it's coming. And this is one of those situations on both sides. You practice, you don't practice it much. You get like usually a period on a Friday where you go over, you do the onside kick a couple of times.
For Bowling Green will be wearing number 45 for the kickoff.
Well, credit Scott Loeffler, this Bowling Green team. They've come into a hostile environment.
For Texas A&M on the kickoff.
100,000 fans.
Will be wearing number 72.
And they have tested
number 51.
This ranked Texas A&M team that was feeling really good after a road win against Florida. Aggies just want to walk away with a win, an uncomfortable one, but they count all the same, and they know what they need to do. Just field this ball cleanly, and you win the football game.
If you're Bowling Green, I imagine it could be some sort of, where they want to get that bounce. It's on that second or third bounce. You want that thing to pop up high in the air. You got Harold Fannin over there on that side right there, one of your best receivers. Get that thing to pop up in the air and see if number 0 can come down with it here.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
Timeout taken by Mike Elko.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
That's smart. You have the timeout. Just try to see the alignment, which side they're going to go to.
And remember, Le'Veon Moss had the first down. All he needs to do is go down. Texas A&M runs out the clock, wins this game. Instead, a fumble gave Bowling Green life. Now, it's been close and competitive throughout. Bowling Green's defense kept them in it in the first half. 2 explosive plays in the third quarter, and then biggest play of the night's this one.
Yeah, I mean, gets the first down, just go down right there. Should have 2 arms on the ball. Brock Horn comes and knocks that thing out.
Bowling Green's been down to their last life half a dozen times tonight. Can they get an onside kick and stay alive? Zach Long squibs it. And an easy catch for Texas A&M. Donovan Green.
It was a great job by Donovan Green by just not waiting for that ball to come. The return team does not have to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. You can go get that thing, so he aggressively comes and gets it. So that's very smart.
I know this goes down as a loss for Bowling Green, but you play in back-to-back games against 2 ranked teams in front of 100,000 people at Penn State and at Texas A&M, and you only lose by a combined 13 points. You got to feel really good about your football team.
Got to feel good about it, but you know when you get so close sometimes it's going to sting a little bit, but I know Scott Loeffler and company got to feel really good about their football team moving forward here. But A&M, you said it, Jay, sometimes they don't always have to be pretty, but you got to get out of here with a win. Mike Elko and company did just that.
Wins count all the same. Mike Elko embraced by Scott Loeffler. Elko, who spent 5 years at Bowling Green as a defensive coordinator. They hang on to this one and take a deep sigh of relief after a fourth quarter where Bowling Green had multiple chances to steal this one on the road. Marcel Reed and Texas A&M hang on and win it 26-20.
I thought Marcel Reed did a good job of just steadying this team, even being a youngster. Able to run the ball late. Thought that helped out, bleed that clock out. And then the A&M defense at the end of the game, Jay, Bowling Green gets that ball about 7 minutes left, and they didn't give up the big play score. Just made them force Bowling Green to bleed that clock out and go down the field, take some time off.
Let's hear from head coach Mike Elko, who's down with Ashley Stroline.
Coach Elko, a hard-fought battle tonight with Bowling Green. What are your takeaways from how your team finished out the game?
Yeah, a lot of respect for Bowling Green. They came after us all night. We made just enough plays to win.
You said it was important to settle in Marcel in the second half. How do you feel like he came out and led the offense?
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do in every aspect of the game.
All right, Coach, thanks. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Well, Marcel Reed, first Texas A&M quarterback with consecutive games of 170 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 80 rushing yards since Johnny Manziel during his Heisman Trophy winning season. Let's hear from Marcel Reed down with Ashley.
Well, Marcel, your second start here in a row this season. What do you feel like was the biggest step you took from last week to this week?
Just having poise. You know, everybody has trust in me, and I have trust in the offense that we're running. So, I mean, just me being myself, being calm, not being too timid, you know, being in the moment, just playing football. That's really the biggest step I've taken from last week.
A really hard-fought battle tonight against Bowling Green. How do you feel like you were able to lead the offense to the win tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we got a little flustered after the first drive. But, you know, Coach was talking about just being consistent, doing our job. Everybody do their 111. And so everybody did that, and, you know, we came out with the win. Everybody just did their job, and we just had to trust what Coach was doing. We really didn't do that at the beginning, but, you know, as throughout the game went on, we did that, and we got the result we wanted.
Coach said it was important to make sure you felt settled in that second half. What do you feel like allowed you to do that? What did he say to you at halftime, and what allowed you to come out here and feel a little bit more poised, as you mentioned?
Yeah, like I just said, I mean, just doing our job. Everybody was just a little, we weren't doing what we were supposed to do. Everybody was trying to worry about something that wasn't there. And he told us, just worry about what you need to do. And we all did that. We came out here and executed like we were coached to do.
Congratulations on the win, Marcel.
Thank you.
Marcel Reed getting his second straight start tonight, second straight win for Texas A&M as they look ahead to a game with Arkansas in Dallas next Saturday. And worth mentioning, Connor Wigman, who started the season as quarterback, did not dress tonight, so it was Marcel Reed's show throughout the whole game. Bowling Green gave the ranked Aggies everything they could handle, but Marcel Reed and company hung on to do just enough. 26-20, your final. For Rocky Boyman, Ashley Stroline, and our terrific crew behind the scenes, I'm Jay Alper saying so long from College Station. Texas A&M wins a thriller.